Hello everyone, my name is Vasi,
And I'm Ability.
and today we're going to be showing you guys how to dismount, mount, and balance a tire.
Plus all the little things in between as well. Let's begin.
The first thing we need to do is take the wheel off of the car.
To start, we will need to remove the lug nuts off the wheel. Using an impact gun, we'll remove the lug nuts quickly.
The first step in this process is removing the wheel from the rim. First, we're going to start with deflating the tire by removing the valve core stem, and we're going to remove the wheel weights.
Now that the tire is deflated and the weights are removed, we can now use it on the rim clamp tire hinges. We will use the beam. Now that we have our tire on the clamps, we can use the duck head to align it onto the rim so that it secures it onto the base.
So now we're going to wedge our pry bar in between the duck head and the tire. Pull and push to raise our tire over top of the rim.
Next, we will need to separate the bottom bead to the top of the rim. What we'll need to do is grab the pry bar, push the tire up a bit, then push towards us. And now we'll rotate it and do the same process as we did for the top bead. So the first step is to go around the tire and bid on the rim.
Now that the tire is lubed and ready to get put back on, we're going to place it halfway on the rim and halfway under the duck head. We're going to rotate it. Now that the tire is back on, at least the bottom part is, you're going to put the tire halfway on the duck head and halfway underneath. We're going to place both hands as if we were pushing it down. And you're going to want to keep that applied pressure. You got your tire back on.
Now we are going to fill this with 32 psi. This is the required amount for this tire. Now it's time to balance the new tire. To do that, we're going to put it onto the balancing machine. Now we're going to measure our rim. We will need our balance rim and measure it on the rim and the outermost inner part of the rim as well.
And now we're going to drop our hood and verify our measurements. This tells us what weights we need to even out our wheel. You're going to turn your wheel until it is green, and that shows you where on the wheel you need to place your weights.
One of these weights from here, because this is the recommended weight for the Saturn V. And now we will place it onto the tire.
And then add your remaining weights.
Now we'll untighten the wing nut, remove the wheel and the cone, and take the wheel to the Saturn V to mount it onto the vehicle.
For the final step, we're going to be putting our tire back on. We want to line up our wheel studs with the holes in the rim. Now that we have our wheel on the wheel studs, we're going to tighten our lug nuts onto the wheel to keep our tire in place. Now that we have our wheel back on the car, check our chart that tells us the specific torque specs for each car under 2016. So this one is 92 foot-pounds, and that's what we're going to torque it with. We set our torque wrench, and yeah. And that is how you dismount, mount, and balance a tire. I hope this made things easier for you guys.
And hopefully a little less confusing. Thanks for watching.